11 phones crashed the entire Bell network.
11?
These are pager networks, Jim. They're designed to send a few digits. You're in La La Land with this one. Some nerds took you for a ride here, boy. I just hope you didn't sink too much cash into this.
Hi, and welcome to the BlackBerry behind-the-scenes animatic discussion.
Hi, I'm Jay McCarrol.
Oh man, don't start doing shtick. Hi, and welcome to the BlackBerry behind-the-scenes animatic discussion. I'm Matt Johnson.
And I'm Jay McCarrol.
And when we first started taking the pre-production of this film, we were in mid-production actually.
Were we mid?
Yeah, we were in
mid-production
on a call and answer.
Forth.
Well, then go ahead.
We're out of sync.
So Jay came up with the idea of just drawing storyboards and filming the storyboards, the 2D storyboards himself.
You get a drawing together, but then you get a new layer, and I can keep. So I just kind of like erase, and I remake a new frame. You cut to another angle.
And what was so useful about this is that one, Jay could do it so quickly, like so quickly.
It was very quick.
And two, now all of a sudden I've got all these images from Jay.
You think that?
And then I can basically make little jokes for him by like editing his drawings together in ways that just move with the rhythm of the dialogue. Oh, there he is. I'm from Waterloo. He's like, you think I won't fucking do it?
And then this is how it happens. You just do this. You start shooting. You know what I mean? And you start finding the story. And I just gave Matt a bit, like every frame like this, I would give him about 30 seconds. I would give him just this, and then I would give him a few of these, like, whoa.
Gonna try to fix this? That's how they built it.
Nothing, I'm afraid. We don't need him anymore.
Name your price, Carl.
There's no number, Jimmy.
2.5 million all in for the entire $16 million order.
So you can see when we're prepping this, we were trying to shoot it with one camera rather than two, and so Jay is pivoting between Jim and us, Mike and Doug at the window, at the door, and we thought, oh, this would be a great way to cover this scene. But then, of course, as soon as we started shooting,
remember too, I should mention the way we did this is that we had a very rough version of the script, this version. And we recorded all the voices first. We had only audio first.
Actually, we should talk about that briefly because that is actually a really important
so we got
point
together,
of this.
We went over into my studio and we just had the script in front of us, and
we acted
very
it.
quickly. We're just like, okay, I'll be him, I'll be you, and you be them, and we just sort of did every single voice.
I took that audio, like Jay bounced it out to me, and I then edited the whole movie together with, I think, music cues and like very like rough sound effects. I sent that bounce out of the entire movie to Jay.
I remember just having the audio of the whole movie and then just like, press play, stop. And as I was playing the audio, I'm like, oh, we'll need an angle of this. We'll need a close-up of Jim. We need them kind of doing this, doing that.
But it was all timed out.
Fun. It's just equipping you with the ingredients that I knew you would have to just cut the scene together and moving around. Okay, there's going to be a zoom for this line for sure. Oh, Jared would probably love to zoom here again too. Here's a slow zoom, and like even giving you more than you need. And then it's funny how you then either did exactly what I thought you would do, or you subvert what I gave you, and
or use different images for different parts. That was one of the best things to do.
All of a sudden, together, it kind of created this like handheld storyboard animatic situation. We didn't even know it was called an animatic at the time.
No, we
put it together, and they're like, guys, you just made an animatic.
And we went, oh shit.
It was so much fun.
Get me a meeting with Stan Sigmund at AT&T.
Jim!
Stop with the fucking Jim. I know who the fuck I am. Why am I hearing about this just now?
I've been trying to schedule this meeting for 2 months.
Not my fucking problem. You know this is happening, you break my fucking door down.
Oh yeah, I bet you'd love that.
There's another scene that's just completely not in the movie. Look at how Jay's drawing this face. I fell in love with these with these faces. He's just, you drew him as always like getting away with it. Yeah, scheming and getting away with it, but feeling like very Cajun.
Holding a shotgun, cocking it.
Originally the script, this is actually what really happened. Jim and Brock were going on a hunting trip together, and that's when the phone call came in.
That's unbelievable.
that Jim was,
Sure.
that Jim was going to get fired, and so we thought we'd do it where Glenn has got this shotgun and he keeps racking it, and then this scene got completely cut out right before we went into production. What Jay and I did that was a huge mistake was we tried to make it so like inside joke funny that when we screened it for our friends and all the heads of departments who are like all of our buddies, it had a illusion of being good because it was all funny, and that illusion masked a lot of
Just to
major,
us.
funny to us, of course. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Hey, you Jim Barsili, huh? Wow, look, sir, I just want to say I really appreciate what you've done for Waterloo. My whole family's finally working.
Thank you. I'm going to my jet.
It was like funny to us, like it was one gigantic inside joke, and that masked dozens, if not hundreds, of narrative problems.
I think more like thousands.
If not possible. When we then cut the movie together, thinking it was going to go just like the animatic, oh my God, big mistake. Because Glenn and Jay, the real Jay, were not doing the same kind of...
Who's the real Jay?
Jay Baruchel, Canadian legend. Do you want to go out in the street and ask people who the real Jay is? We never showed this to the actors, ever. Like we would, and we wouldn't in a million years.
Well, they're going to see it now a little bit if they're interested.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is it was not a tool to try to explain the vision of the film to our larger creative team. Not at all. This was a
Nobody saw that.
This was a writing tool, and that's what was so useful to us. Another big gift of this animatic is that as soon as we watched it, and then started consulting with Jared, who was the cinematographer of the film, we could start eliminating shots and sequences from the animatic wholly due to camera motivation. Because the vision for the film was, I mean, obviously all the aesthetic of everything I've ever done has been in documentary, fake documentary, and I love that aesthetic. And I mean, that's just, anytime you've ever seen Jay and I do anything, we're acting in a fake documentary. And because of that, we were not thinking about that aesthetic when we made the animatic. Like, we weren't overtly being like, okay.
Nor did we feel the responsibility to create it, really. That wasn't what this was about.
Exactly. And so then when we finally sat back and watched it as a technical document, any camera angle that we couldn't justify with Jared as being diegetic from a documentary point of view, we just cut, and they stood out like a sore thumb.
Go for 114.
Go for 114.
Sometimes you're looking at shots in the animatic that are just like, well, this is complete garbage. Of course, we wouldn't ever use this. But there are some shots that are identical.
So this
to the
shot right
movie.
there, look at this, look at that. Like, so Pranay, like that literally is you. Oh my God, them hugging, dude, this is crazy. And again, nobody ever watched this, but
It's just
there's something about the
Pranay,
energy.
you're going to have to, like, just for a few of these, do the picture-in-picture.
Well, especially since
The
it's like
one-to-one.
literally, it's like Nave's right beside me
It's texting.
as we're doing this shit. Even that right there. Oh my God.
Completely encrypted.
What did we learn?
The lesson of it? Mm-hmm. It's innumerable. It
We
was.
learned that we're probably going to do this again.
Yeah, this is a
very
very
helpful
cheap
tool.
very cheap and very fun filmmaking tool. When you combine those two things, that's the sweet
Got to
spot.
keep it low stakes.
Yeah, oh my
it
God.
early.
Yeah, and low
Have
stakes.
fun.
And because if you were thinking of making a movie, there really is no excuse for you to not do this, because although you may be looking at these images and being like, oh wow, it's a really Jay's quite a talented artist, the original sketches were not good at all. In fact, the dirty secret is that the very originals were just him drawing on little pieces of yellow Post-it notes with a pen. He knows what he wants, and he just draws
it's
it.
the spirit that you
This-
want to
exactly.
get out of it. You don't need to have it be good at all. But before you go launching into just doing this and being like, yeah, you do an animatic, you do have to make sure that your artist, whoever's doing it, understands spiritually and deeply what the tonality is, what the sense of humor is, what the drama is, exactly what the Venn diagram is. Because that's something, because we know each other since we were kids. I know when he brings something to the table, I'm like, okay, I know what you're trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
So I could draw it in the shittiest way, and he could be like, okay, good. And then we could make alterations from there. And through chipping all that down, you end up with a diamond.
Well,
Where are you going?
I'm leaving.
Okay. Well, that's that.